So how can you get a home without paying hundreds of thousands of dollars up front? Well, you came to the right place. California has just announced the exciting return of its immensely popular Dream for All program this April, offering first-time, first-generation home buyers the chance to receive up to $150,000 towards their home purchase in California. However, there are big changes coming to the program this year that you need to know about if you're looking to take advantage of this incredible opportunity to finally own your home. In this video, we'll dive deep into what the California Dream for All program entails and who qualifies for it. We'll also discuss differences from last year's and this year's program and how they affect you as a first-time home buyer. I'll also give you a couple examples to illustrate how it works. Dream for All is a loan program. In technical terms, it is a shared appreciation loan program. That means you eventually have to pay the money back. However, this loan is not like the type of loans you're thinking of, where a bank gives you a lot of money and you pay a little bit back every month plus interest. No, it's not that. Dream for All is different from a traditional loan in two main ways. First, you don't start making payments right away. Rather, a maturing event has to happen in order to trigger repayment. Two, instead of paying interest, you pay a share in your home's appreciation, or shared appreciation. So let's unpack this. What is a maturing event that would trigger repayment? First, transfer of title. If you transfer the home to someone else, then you have to repay the loan. Sale of the property. If you sell the home, you have to repay the loan. Pay off the first loan. So if you pay off the first loan, let's say it's a 30-year loan, if you pay that off, you have to pay back the Dream for All loan as well. And then next, if you pay off the Dream for All loan, you have to pay the rest of the loan back, which is the shared appreciation. Next would be refinancing. And last is filing and recording of a notice of default. For most of us, the maturity event is going to be selling your home. So if you sell the home, you have to pay the money loaned back and a share in the appreciation. Before we go into what shared appreciation is, let's talk about why you would want to do this. In my experience, the biggest obstacle to home ownership is the down payment. Why? Because it's all up front. Who has $150,000 lying around for down payment? How long would it take to budget and save up for that? And that's why for some of us, getting a home to call your own can take a very long time. But what if? What if someone would pay the entire down payment for you up front and all you have to do is pay them back later? And in some cases, way later. But you get your home now. You get to live in your home now. You don't have a landlord now. You start building equity now. Well, Dream for All is just that. But what's the catch? There's always a catch. The catch is you have to give them a cut. Shared appreciation is the catch. But here's why the catch isn't so bad. Let's take a scenario where you're selling your home. If you make money on the home by selling it, California wants a cut. That cut will either be 15 or 20% of the appreciation of the home depending on your income. Appreciation of the home is determined by taking the price of how much you sell your home for and subtracting the original sales price. The difference will be apportioned accordingly based on where you fall on the income guidelines. Thus, if you fall under moderate income, you will receive 80% of the appreciation. California will receive 20%. Now, that's in addition to you paying the money back that you were loaned for the down payment. So let's use a made-up hypothetical. In Hayward, in 2018, the average selling price for a single family home was $622,000. Fast forward to today, 2024, the average selling price of that same single family home is now $850,000. Here's a hypo. If I bought that house on the Dream for All program back in 2018 for $622,000, that means Dream for All paid the down payment of 20%. And that would be $124,400. Now, let's say today I sell that home for $850,000. So at this point, I would have to take the appreciation and give California a cut. So if I bought the home for $622,000 and I sold the home today for $850,000, the appreciation would be $228,000. 20% of that would have to go to California. 20% would be $45,600. I add that to the Dream for All down payment, which was $124,400. That would be $170,000 that I would repay to California. Now I take the home's appreciation, $228,000, minus what I have to pay California back, $170,000, and that leaves me with $58,000. And that $58,000 goes to me. That would be my cut of the appreciation. And this is just one example. If you lived in the home for 6 years, I know you know people that have lived in their homes for longer than 6 years. I've already lived in my home for 7 years and I don't plan on selling anytime soon. So the catch really isn't a catch at all. The benefit of owning your own home far outweighs the burden of paying the money back with a share of appreciation. Now, if the home doesn't appreciate, which is unlikely in the Bay Area, then the appreciation requirement is eliminated and you just have to pay the loan back. All right, if you are getting value from this video, which I know you are, hop onto my website, envisionbay.net, and get your free version of Dream For You, which has everything I talked about in this video. You need to own real estate. Don't let it own you, and let's do this together. Now back to the video. Okay, if you made it this far, that means you're ready to find out whether you're eligible for the Dream For All program. Here are the requirements to qualify. First, you have to be over 18 and a California resident. Next, all borrowers must be a first-time home buyer. What is a first-time home buyer? A first-time home buyer is defined as someone who has not owned or occupied their home in the last 3 years and who has not lived in a home owned by a spouse in the past 3 years. Next is one of the biggest changes. One borrower must be a first-generation home buyer. What's a first-generation home buyer? A first-generation home buyer is defined as a home buyer who has not been on title, held an ownership interest, or have been named on a mortgage to a home in the United States in the last 7 years. And to the best of the home buyer's knowledge, whose adopted or biological parents do not have any present ownership interest in a home in the United States, or if deceased, whose parents did not have any home ownership interest at the time of death in a home in the United States, or an individual who at any time has been placed in foster care or institutional care. Next is an income requirement. Income must be at or below 120% of the area median income. I'll leave a link in the description so you can find out for yourself if you fall within the income limits. All borrowers must occupy the home within 60 days of closing. All borrowers must meet the minimum credit score requirement, which is usually about 660 to 680. And then finally, you must complete the home buyer education course. I'll leave a link in the description. All right, those are the requirements to qualify. Now, there is one huge difference from last year to this year, and it's this. It's the Voucher and Lottery program. Last year, Dream For All funds were given on a first-come, first-served basis. This is huge because the money was exhausted in about 7 days. So this year, in an effort to make things more accessible, there will be a randomized lottery. Okay, here's how it works. CalHFA is a provider for Dream For All. CalHFA is creating a Dream For All pre-registration portal where applicants could apply for a Dream For All voucher. Now that voucher is your golden ticket. It's your ticket to using the Dream For All program. You need to be one of the people randomly selected in order to get a voucher. If you have that golden ticket, you could use a Dream For All shared appreciation loan program. To apply for a voucher, you'll need to have been pre-approved by a CalHFA lender and meet all of the eligibility requirements we just talked about. Now, once your application is complete and registration closes, CalHFA will randomly select qualified applicants. And if you are selected, you will have a period of time in which you could get into contract for a home. Here are your next steps. First, find a licensed real estate professional that you trust and that knows about this program inside and out. And when it comes to something as important as you purchasing a home, you need a strong advocate by your side. Trust me, the other buyers are going to have one, so you need to have one. If anything is wrong in your application, you won't get selected and they'll move on to the next person. Having a great agent by your side is a huge advantage in any home sale, especially with Dream For All. A good agent will walk you through the application process, navigate you from the lender to finding a home to negotiating a contract to eventually closing on your home. Next, you'll need to find a CalHFA California Dream For All approved lender. You could visit the site that I leave in the description. Third, take the free 1-hour Dream For All course at calhfadreamforall.com. And that's it. If you have any more questions regarding Dream For All, I'll be happy to help out. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.